Hey guys, welcome to the latest edition of the Muir Reflection. John from the John Muir Show here. And here's a really rich one from good old fake news CNN. CNN actually had a story on its website yesterday, and I'm going to go ahead and just read the title to you. Facebook executive responds after inclusion of Breitbart, a site known for misinformation, in news tab sparks uproar. Yes, CNN actually had that headline on its page, talking about how Breitbart, the conservative website Breitbart, is the one that's full of misinformation. But let's do a little history lesson here. Last time I checked, it wasn't Breitbart that was going and pushing the Trump-Russia witch hunt for 3 years, even though it was fueled by totally baseless accusations from the start, and it turned out that all of the claims against Trump ended up being totally disproven by several investigations. That wasn't Breitbart that was pushing that narrative, and last I checked, it wasn't Breitbart that's currently pumping this Ukraine witch hunt into President Trump, even though we have the full transcript of the phone call in question, which shows that President Trump didn't do any of the nefarious things he's been so basically accused of doing. And let's see, last time I checked, it wasn't Breitbart that went totally believing everything that Jussie Smollett had to say about how he was the victim of this hate crime at the expense of some white Trump supporters, only to find out that Smollett staged the entire thing, faked the hate crime itself. I don't believe that was Breitbart that was pushing that phony narrative. I don't believe it was Breitbart that went demonizing a group of high school kids from Covington, Kentucky, when it ended up turning out that they did absolutely nothing wrong. Rather, they were getting bullied by some leftist adults outside the March for Life in Washington, D.C. this past winter. Yeah, that wasn't Breitbart either. You know who actually did get all of those major stories and so many other major stories of recent times wrong? Yeah, that would actually be CNN that got all of those stories wrong. So for CNN to have the audacity to go saying that Breitbart is full of misinformation, no. Breitbart is a site that is actually rather factual. If there's one news site you want to go to where you know they're actually going to give you the facts, I would encourage that you go to Breitbart because they tend to get it right. Because again, they stick to the facts. So for CNN to come out and criticize Breitbart, look, they're not doing it because Breitbart screws up a bunch of facts and stories. No, Breitbart gets it right. The reason CNN is criticizing Breitbart here is because CNN just happens not to like some of the facts that Breitbart report. These are facts that are damning to CNN's various leftist narratives that they're trying to shove down people's throats by lying to them all day. So they're just mad that Breitbart is there exposing the truth. That's the reason that CNN's criticizing Breitbart. But if there's any news outlet in the United States of America responsible for misinformation in recent years, make no mistake about it, it's CNN. And a quick follow-up on one of the major stories I just mentioned. There is a federal judge in Kentucky named William Bertelsen who has reopened the $250 million defamation suit that one of those Covington, Kentucky high school kids, Nick Sandmann, filed against the Washington Post. It was dismissed back in July. It was wrongfully dismissed back in July. Fortunately, this federal judge Bertelsen has decided to reopen that case because it's pretty cut and dry what happened here. You had the Washington Post going and libeling this innocent high school kid. He's a private citizen. He's not even an adult, and they went libeling him. So good for that judge, and Nick Sandmann, he deserves every single penny of that $250 million for what it is that the fake news Washington Post did to him. And he should get a ton of money from every other fake news media outlet that wrongfully smeared him and his buddies as well. Go Nick Sandmann. That's all the time we have for today. More of the John Muir Show on Monday and each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.